Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, sorry, Rob. Please continue. That you thought all your dad's mates who met him, he's talked about.
Right, yeah. Anyone would say like, "Oh, he loves you. He thinks you're the bollocks, this, that, and the other. He's so proud of you." Blah blah blah. I never said it to my face. Yeah, and I said he got me out of bed to draw a Dennis the Menace picture because his mates reckons I didn't draw it. I was only young, about 5, I think, and I remember him doing it. I remember drawing it like that. All his mates going, "Oh, bloody hell, yeah, you know." He went, "Right now, go on, fuck off back to bed." And I'm like, "What?" You know what? I know what he was just saying.
He's a fucker.
No,
No.
I know it was probably his way of saying like, "Listen, he's the bollocks, my kid." Blah blah blah. But when you're little, that's not what you need, right? Well, that's not what I need. Do you know what I mean? I was always like looking for his appreciation, his validation, and everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And yeah, but I don't know. Just
you didn't get that.
No.
Yeah.
So I thought that's not going to happen, Marky. So I always say, look, well done. You know, you're doing well. Blah blah blah. Always been the same. I'm going to break that mold. You know what I mean?
I get that. But I don't know. Do you ever have when you used to do something, you thought, "Oh, that was really good," and then they just
show them, and then they point out all of the.
They just point out what you got wrong, not like.
That's
you've got 90% of it right. It's like but you didn't.
But then
blah 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 blah. And you're like,
that just makes you want to try harder.
Oh right, yeah. Oh okay. But you do need the positive reinforcement sometimes. Like, I did actually do well. Like, but sometimes you could just drop a thing. What's the point? I'm not good enough.
You saying that makes you think, have I ever done that to my kids? Probably have. Do you know what I mean? Especially if they're like, I don't know, something to do with a car or something, or Louis doing, I don't know, and I'll go, I hold the tool like that. Maybe, I don't know.
I always try and go like, oh well, that's really good. That's great. Oh, maybe next time we can try and do this as well. Yeah, like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like, rather than go, well, yeah, you did that, but you didn't put this in there. You didn't do that, and you didn't do that, and you're like, I've ruined the whole thing now. No. But it's not. You've you've done really well. Oh yeah, maybe I'll try. Yeah, and you'll get excited for maybe next time I can do that because you might be like, oh yeah, maybe, yeah, I'll try that next time, and then you get a bit of both that way. But maybe that was his way of being. Maybe he was being positive. Like
I think
it's hard to be something that you're not as well.
Sorry, I was going to say I think, and I don't know why he kept it secret from you, but he was proud of you.
Yeah, he was proud of me.
So they denied.
In fact, probably the only thing that
you wanted to know about how proud he was of you, man. Obviously,
when I opened my first shop, right, he came in one day and he was like, like that. Let's say he was miserable git, right? But he weren't miserable with anyone else. And then he went to me, he didn't say well done, he went, you can redo that. And he pointed to his chest. He had a fucking great eagle across his chest. Bro. And he always used to tell us his story. Ben Gunn done his tattoos. And he was in there one night, getting tattooed or something, and these geezers come in, and they both paid to have their eagles done on their chest. Paid up Ben Gunn in full. And he went to my dad, just wait a minute, Dave, I'll do these two Muppets first. And he reckons that the geezer sat in a chair, went zzz, and passed out. The other bloke went, don't want it. So he turned around to my dad and went, do you want an eagle? They've paid for it. And he went, yeah, all right. So he had this eagle on his chest, and he asked me to redo it. Yeah. And for him to say, redo it, I think that was his way of saying, you've done all right, kid. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't tell me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He couldn't show you.
No.
Tell you.
But then when you hear stories about my granddad,
I got a funny one though.
I didn't see my granddad. He died when I was young. I don't remember him. But apparently he didn't get on with his dad. And I don't know if that's what he took and he found it hard. Maybe he wanted the same as what I wanted from his, but he didn't know how to do it. I don't know.
See, like, don't get me wrong. My issues is I've never been abused or beaten or anything like that. What it is that I had lots of love from my dad. I had totally opposite of what, I'll take a shit in his Brad. You know what I mean? Honestly, my dad.
Oh, it's a lovely one he done. This.
I want to see that.
My dad, he'll shake his mates and everything.
The gold shit.
Hey, look at Stavros' shit.
Like your dad.
I'm gonna take this shit. I'm gonna put it in the shop. I'm gonna carve it, and people are gonna eat it in the kebab.
I'm surprised it ain't up on the wall.
just like your dad went around and showed that picture, and then got you up at 3 o'clock in the morning to draw a picture. My dad did the same, and I took a shit.
Well done, you.
It was lovely. No, he never got me up to do shit. That's bollocks. But the point being, I had a lot of love in my family. It's just a weird life, growing up the way you do. And your dad, my dad used to get beaten. He used to tell me that my granddad used to beat him, and he was the only boy. And he's got 5 sisters. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3 sisters, right? Yeah, sorry, 5 sisters. 3 sisters. And all those sisters had out of them, 3, 4 boys maybe. And there's about 10 girls. You know what I mean? It's all girls. And my dad was the only boy. And he'd always get the beats. And, he turned around to me when we was older. Because he never beat me. Right? And he said, son, he beat me once because I stole something. And I deserved it, little shit. And he said, son, I want to break the habit of what my dad used to do to me, your granddad used to do to me, the beatings and stuff. And that's not my style. That's not the way I want to be. I don't believe in beating kids. So it's not like I grew up getting beat or anything like that. Like some kids at school and whatnot and did, I'm
not saying a good clump don't.
No, you're right. You're right. But I mean, imagine. I mean, not that I have, but kids going home and the dad's already there with the belt, or he's heard some bad news from school, or he's had a few drinks, or there's one.
It was always wait till your dad gets home.
Yeah, and you're shitting your pants.
Get the cramp.
I don't know. My mum could have.
I was going to say I'm the
So
opposite.
could my mum.
Wait till your mum gets. Well, no, she'd just boom. If there's any beatings, it'd be the mum.
Yeah.
My mum would do it.
Yeah,
No, you see, my mum used to beat me with a slipper, right? And I was just laughing my ass off. It's all one of them, them old lady slippers, and they got like furry bit round the front, and the bottom is not plastic. It's like, yeah, like it really kind of like wears off really quick, really, and a tiny little thin bit of foam.
That can stink.
Nah, man. Not my mum.
She didn't have quality slippers, mate. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. They were the
My
cheap
mum
shit.
my mum used to hit me with a wooden spoon. Actually,
Yeah. I mean, that's
In
what
half, mate.
you deserve.
That sounds
it,
very
though.
Italian, though.
But I'll tell you
now.
something, right?
Tell me.
Listen, if you don't, it's going to sound real bad, right? Because I've not actually smacked Louis, but I did smack Ruby, right?
The girl.
Yeah.
I did that once to my daughter.
And I'll tell you, it was before she was only 2. It was just before me and her mum split up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know I can't remember what it was she did now, but I said to her, don't you do that. She did it. And whatever it was dangerous, right? And she was there running around with a little nappy on or something, do you know what I mean? Or whatever she was wearing at the time. I went, you're going to get a slap leg in a minute, or slap your legs. And she's like, sort of, give me that. And she done it. She went, and I went, whack. And I give her one of them, right? It was only like the tips of my fingers, but when you slap them,
You connected well.
and the face was like, and the lip was going back, and I looked at her and I thought, don't you cry, Rob, don't you cry. And it really upset me. I went, growled at her, went upstairs, and I fucking sobbed like a baby. I was like,
Mate.
what have I done?
Mate.
So then we had a thing called a clump count, right? It was free. You're going to get a clump on free, right? And she'd push me. Lou wouldn't do it. She would always push me.
Girls,
right?
innit?
1,
They know you love them.
2, I'm going to get it free. And I get, no. 3 was done. Never, ever had to do it again. Do you know what I mean? But I think that is like training a dog. Not calling my dog a dog.
No.
But if you've got to break them a little bit to let her know who's the boss.
Yeah.
Right? And it's...
And consequences.
Without
They have
beating
to
your
learn
kids.
the consequences.
And I, you walk around Tesco sometime, you see these little kids, and you think, fuck me, you need a slap. Right? Do you know, have you ever seen them?
Yeah, mate.
Little bastards.
You know,
and they're just...
And they get away with murder.
I want.
I'll tell you what you're going to get in a minute. You are getting a fucking clump. That's what you need.
know
It's the
what?
same in a restaurant, though. Like, you're sitting there, and they're all getting pissed up over it. And it's like, it's great, they can go and play outside. It's like, why are your kids running near my table? Am I going to have to sort your kids out for them? And if I do anything, not even clump them, they're going to be the first ones going, what are you doing with my kid? I'm like, control them, get them away, get them outside play.
Yeah,
like,
but-
I'm trying to eat here.
That's another thing I did
I hate that.
when they were little, right? They're tiny. They were like little at the restaurant, and you get the waitress or the waiter come over, and they look at the adult and they go, "And for the children?" And I go, "They're there." Like that, and they go, "Yeah, for the children." I went, "They're there." You've seen me do this, didn't you? Right? And if the kids, I said to them, you don't order, you don't eat, right?
Yeah.
But they've got to learn to know how the restaurant works. So obviously Ruby can't read the thing. I can barely read the menu, but I know what we've got. And she'll say like, what can I have? And I'll tell her what's on there, and she'll, I'll have that. And she'll go, yeah, I'll have the such and such, please. And Louis will do the same. And the people are like, oh. And then as they got a little bit older, I was like, well, if you want a drink, you can have whatever you want. Don't be greedy and not eat it. Or if you want it, if you're going to want a drink, ask if everyone wants a drink, you know. And I taught them how to do that sort of stuff. It was there was no clumping involved at the table. They knew.
Did you? I mean, how old was you? Excuse me. How old was you guys? Right? Who can tell me this? Did you know that you have to work from the outside of a knife and fork? And you know, it's a plate, and there's like fucking whole set of knives.
I still don't know now
and,
to this day where they go.
I found out about 25 years ago, right? Which is still,
you know, when you lay the
pretty late.
table,
Yeah.
right? What I do is I get, if I've got I've had a bit of a posh dinner and you come around, right?
Yeah.
I get them napkin things and I wrap the fucking
The
stuff
rings.
up, stick them all in the same box.
Yeah.
It goes on the plate. You do your own forks because I don't know where they go.
No, one time I was having
If you're,
dinner.
if you're posh enough to need multiple knives and forks, just bring them to me when I need them.
Yeah, why you got all the?
Like
well, that's a good.
No, you do it beforehand.
Blimey, Ollie, man, you come out with some good ideas sometimes, man. Well done.
Yeah, but
that round of applause.
You've got the smaller ones for the
I
starter
got
or a
taught this
spoon.
at catering
You
school.
don't need them all at once, do you?
No,
Hang on, we've got professional caterers.
Smaller
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
need
a
one
chef,
fork,
so
one knife.
yeah. So basically, you start from the outside and you work yourself in.
That's it,
You usually start with the entree,
I didn't know
or
that.
starters.
I didn't know
yeah.
that. Listen,
And
I'm a guy
they're
from
usually a smaller
I'm
fork.
from an estate
The
block in
prongs are
Hackney.
usually 3 instead of 4. On
We're
the
lucky we
fork.
got both knife and fork.
Which side do they go on?
Depending on what
Knives on the right.
knives on the right, forks on the left. Then you have spoons, and you have a soup spoon and a dessert spoon. And depending what your
Don't worry, but I don't
it
need to
depends
cover
what
it,
you've
mate.
ordered. I mean, you could have a
I do
steak
it like the
knife there.
left-handed
You might have ordered a bit of lobster, so you might have more instruments to play with. Yeah,
What's
that's
that about
it.
hammering a food?
Yeah. You know,
I'm allergic to shellfish,
shit.
right? But I would love to go to one of them. You know them things where you just have a bib and all the fucking stuff just
Yeah.
looks the
Yeah.
nuts, and everyone's just smashing fuck out their food, isn't they? But I'd be in hospital, so there's no point. But I'd love to be able to do that.
You could do a medieval, right?
Enzo, in the mic, man.
I'm in the mic, bro.
No, you.
What are you doing? Ain't you going to sleep or
You
something?
know what I'm saying? Sit up, mate.
chilling.
Talk to the mic, bro.
I'm in the mic. Look, can you hear me?
He needs a
What?
high chair.
Get into the
I mean-
mic.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie's smaller than you,
Yeah,
right?
we're going to have to share the high chair.
And he's actually sitting taller than what you are. So what?
Because
You got his cushions or something?
I'm sunk down into my chair. I'm fine. Chilling.
I went to one of those restaurants where you break the plates. That was fun.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the
like a Greek restaurant.
Yeah,
You don't
we
want to
went
get
to
that in the
one
wrong
of them.
restaurant, no, you? Oh shit! I thought I was in a taverna.
Next thing you know, you're just doing the washing up, then paying the bill.
Just don't want to go there with your flip flops.
Last time we went to a taverna, it was dog shit, wasn't
Oh,
it?
it's crap.
Wasn't it?
It was shit.
Oh,
It was bad.
them Greeks, eh?
You want to go? Listen, man. You go abroad to one of them tavernas. You know what I'm saying? It's like here, them tavernas. They got big out spaces, and you get that Greek dancing going on.
What's the plate smashing about?
I don't know. It's like what the cowboys shoot the gun in the air. It's like, well, hey, well, nice one, have it. You know what I mean? It's like one of theirs. Smash.
There goes
give
your
me
Royal
some.
Dalton.
You know, it's
Is
proper
that an
acne
actual
stuff.
thing out there, though? Or is it just for real?
No, I spoke to a cousin of mine. Like, why the f- do we do this? Do you know what I mean? It's like good crockery.
Well, it's not. It's
keeps,
cheap shit.
it keeps people in business. Do you know what I'm saying? And plus, the English like it, innit?
Good
So it's
fun.
just for over here.
No.
I did it on holiday.
They do
I
it.
didn't
They
do
do
it in
it. They do it abroad and stuff. And
But the people were
it is
queuing
like
up. They were queuing up to smash plates. And they'd give you 5 plates and you'd queue up and it was brilliant. Yeah, and you all get to the front
Your
of the queue
attention
and the
out.
whole restaurant's
Yeah.
watching you and you think this is nuts.
shit.
I'm about to break this plate. Like, and you chuck it on the floor and the whole restaurant's going like, yeah. And you're like, okay, I've got another one. You're just breaking it and everyone's going, yeah, this is great. And then someone else gets going. You're like,
it's the Greek
I wanna
version
queue
of
up
the
again.
bubble wrap.
It's good.
You know,
it's
it's
fun.
a great
exciting.
kebab wrap,
It's
isn't it?
like if you feel like you shouldn't be doing it, you know, and everyone's loving it. So it's one of those.
Well,
things,
I
isn't
suppose,
it?
you know, like in the rednecks, like pull a gun, shoot, yeehaw, in the air, or shoot cans and bottles and stuff. Guys, we'll be right back.